So before we get into videos about how a distillery is operated, it would be good to define what a distillery actually is. The challenge we have is that what a distillery can be is different than most definitions that you're going to find, so our definition is going to need to reflect that. Once we have that definition, our dive into the operational stuff will make a lot more sense. So let's try to define a distillery by asking smaller questions first, like, what is distilling? For our purposes, distilling is the act of separating alcohol from its source liquid. The concentration of alcohol distilled can vary, but it's the separation from the source that matters. To separate alcohol from the source, we'll use heat and take advantage of the different boiling points between water and alcohols. There are a lot of different alcohols produced during fermentation, but the one we really want, ethanol, has a boiling point around 173 degrees. Water, of course, has a boiling point at 212 degrees. Let's do a simple demonstration. First, we'll need an alcoholic source to distill. Let's just use a glass of lager beer. Lager beer is around 5% alcohol, the rest is mostly water. Perfect. Let's pour our beer into a pot and start heating it up, keeping an eye on the temperature as we go. Before the beer even reaches the boiling point of water, we'll start seeing some steam rising up. This is our alcoholic steam. It isn't pure alcohol. The alcohol that is escaping has some other stuff attached to it, but it's mostly alcohol. Now, we want to capture that steam and convert it back to a liquid. So to do that, let's put a pipe over the top of the pot so the steam goes through it and bend the pipe away from the pot. At the end of the pipe, let's start pouring really cold water all over it. This will drop the temperature inside that section of the pipe and in turn cause the steam to condense into a liquid, which we can then collect. That liquid we collect is our alcoholic distillate. When we run out of alcohol in the pot, we stop collecting steam. Now, like I said, this was a simple example, but that's basically what distillation is. Removing alcohol from the source with a pot, some pipes, and a way to condense it back. So now that we have an idea what distilling is, we could try to answer what is a distillery with it's a place that distills alcohol. But that's not exactly correct. Now, I would say many distilleries do distill alcohol, but you can be a distillery and never distill any alcohol. However, in America, to be a distillery, it is required that you own a still, even if you're never going to use it. We're going to need to ask more questions to get to our answer of what is a distillery. We'll ask another in the next video. Cheers.